I'm 91 years old, and I'm close to the end. Closer than far. Much closer. And I've discovered things about dying that nobody told me. Things that surprised me. Because my whole life I heard about death. From the outside, from far away. Young people talking about something they don't know. People theorizing about something they haven't lived. But I'm here, close, looking at it straight on. And it's different, very different from what I thought. Not what the films show, not what they preach in church, not the romantic or the poetic. It's something else, more raw, more real, more human. And I want to tell you, before it's too late, before I can't anymore. My name is Mary Dawson, and on this channel, I say the truths nobody says. The truths about aging, about dying, about the ending we all face. If you want the truth without decoration, subscribe, because time is running out. For me, for all of us. Today I'm going to tell you 5 things I discovered about dying, from here, from close. Not theories, not philosophies, discoveries, observations, truths I lived. And maybe they'll scare you, or maybe they'll give you peace. I don't know. But they're real, and they deserve to be said. 1. I don't have as much fear as I thought I would. My whole life I was afraid of dying. Terror. When I was young, the thought would paralyze me, make me sweat, keep me awake. I'd imagine the moment, the darkness, the end, and it terrified me. I thought that when I got close, that fear would multiply, that I'd be terrified constantly. But I'm not. I'm not terrified. I'm resigned, calm sometimes, sad others, but not terrified. And that surprised me a lot, because I expected to spend my final years in panic, in denial, in desperation. But the truth is, when death stops being abstract, when it becomes real, close, inevitable, the fear diminishes. It doesn't disappear, but it changes. It becomes less terrifying, more familiar, like a neighbor you know will arrive. You don't want him, you don't invite him, but you know he's coming, and you get used to the idea. There are bad days. Days where the fear comes back, where I think, I don't want this. I'm not ready. Please, not yet. But those days are fewer than I thought. Most days, I just live, knowing the end is close, but living anyway. And that's strange, comforting and strange. I thought knowing death was close would ruin every moment, fill them with terror. But sometimes it does the opposite, makes them more precious, more present, more real. When you know your days are numbered, you taste them differently. Not all of them. I won't be romantic. There are boring days, bad days, days I'd like to skip. But the good ones I feel more. The tea in the morning, the sun on my face, Anna's voice on the phone. Small things that I used to ignore, now they're enormous, because I know they're finite, limited, that someday there will be a last tea, a last sun, a last voice. So no, I don't have as much fear as I thought. I have something more complicated. Acceptance mixed with sadness. Peace mixed with resistance. But not pure terror, not constant panic. And that, in some strange way, is a gift. 2. I worry more about how I'll die than when. When I was young, I thought, I hope I die old. I hope I have many years. And now that I'm old, now that I'm 91, I got my wish. But now the question changed. It's no longer when. I know it's soon. years, maybe months, not decades. Now the question is, how? And that terrifies me more than the when. Because there are good ways to die and horrible ways, and I can't choose. I have no control. It could be fast, a heart attack. I fall asleep and don't wake up. That would be good. That would be a gift. 0 suffering, 0 agony. Here one day, gone the next. Or it could be slow, cancer, degenerative disease, months of agony, pain that doesn't get controlled, a body that shuts down slowly, dignity that disappears. That terrifies me, keeps me awake, because I've seen both. I've seen people die fast and people die slow, and I prefer 1,000 times the first. I had a friend. She died of cancer, 3 months from diagnosis to the end. I saw her in the hospital, weeks before she died. I didn't recognize her. It wasn't her. It was a shadow, a shell, pain in her eyes, morphine that didn't work anymore, a body destroyed. And I told myself, I don't want that. Please, God, don't give me that. But I can't choose. Nobody can. So I live with that uncertainty, that question without an answer. Will I die in my sleep? Or will I die in a hospital bed connected to machines? Will I die fast? Or will I die slowly, losing pieces of myself every day? And that's what keeps me awake. Not that I'm going to die, but how. Because dying can be peaceful, or it can be torture. And there's no way to know which one I'll get. 3, I think about it every day, and it's okay. When I was younger, thinking about death was morbid, strange, a sign of depression. Don't think about that. Enjoy life. Be positive. But now I think about death every day, several times a day. And it's not morbid. It's reality. I wake up in the morning and I think, one more day. How many left? I see news of someone who died and I think, soon that'll be me. Something hurts and I think, is this it? Does it start this way? Constantly, death is present in my mind, in my life. And at first that scared me. I thought thinking about it so much would make me depressed, dark. But it doesn't. It doesn't depress me. It makes me present, makes me aware, makes me value things. Because when you know time is limited, you use it differently. You don't waste entire days on things that don't matter. You don't tolerate people you can't stand. You don't stay quiet for comfort. Because why? Why pretend? Why tolerate if time is running out? So thinking about death doesn't darken me. It frees me. It gives me permission. Permission to be honest, to set boundaries, to live on my terms. Because at the end, the literal end, nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if someone got upset because you said no. It doesn't matter if someone thinks you're difficult. Nothing matters except, did you live how you wanted? Did you speak your truth? Were you you? And thinking about death reminds me of that every day. So yes, I think about it constantly. And it's okay. It's healthy. It's real. Do you think about death more than you admit? Does it worry you more how than when? Or does this seem morbid and you prefer not to think about it? Tell me in the comments, because we're all heading there, and talking about it prepares us. And if this video is giving you permission to think about death without guilt, subscribe, because I'm going to keep talking about what we all hide, about the ending we all face. Your subscription helps me break this silence while I still can. 4. I don't want to fight. I want to leave in peace. There's a cultural narrative about death, especially about terminal illness. Fight the cancer. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Like dying is giving up. Like accepting death is weakness. But I don't want to fight. Not at 91. I already fought. I fought my whole life against poverty, against loneliness, against expectations, against everything. And I'm tired, very tired. So if I get diagnosed with something terminal tomorrow, I won't fight. I won't do chemotherapy that destroys me. I won't submit to painful surgeries. I won't fight until the end. I'll accept, and I'll leave in peace. And I know that shocks people, that people will say, but you have to try, for your children, for your grandchildren. But no, I don't have to do anything. I already gave. For 91 years I gave, to my children, to my husband, to everyone. And now, at the end, it's my turn to choose how I go. And I choose peace, not war. I choose dignity, not medical agony. I choose quality of final days, not quantity of painful days. Because why? To live 3 more months connected to machines, suffering without dignity? No. I'd rather have 1 month in peace than 3 months in agony. And I've seen the alternative. I've seen people fighting. Chemotherapy that destroys them, surgeries that mutilate them, treatments that steal their last good days, and they die anyway, but worse, more suffering, more destroyed. So no, I won't fight. I'll live my final days how I want, in my house if I can, with morphine for pain, with dignity. And when the moment comes, I'll leave, without resistance, without fighting, with acceptance. Because dying isn't failure, it's part of living. And facing it with peace isn't giving up, it's being wise. 5. My biggest fear isn't dying. It's dying alone without anyone noticing for days. This is what really keeps me awake. Not death itself, but how they'll find me. I live alone in my house at 91, and there are days, many days, where I don't see anyone, don't talk to anyone. The phones don't ring. There are no visits. I'm completely alone, and I think, if I die today, how long before they notice? A day? 2? A week? Because my children don't come every day. Don't call every day. It can be 3, 4 days without hearing from them. And if I fall, if I have a heart attack, if I die in my bed, nobody would know. Not immediately. And they'd find me days later, when someone finally notices I'm missing. Maybe the neighbor notices the smell, or the postman notices the mail piling up, and they'd call the police and break in. And there I'd be, dead, alone, for days, and that horrifies me, terrifies me more than death itself, the indignity of that, the loneliness of that, dying alone. And nobody notices, nobody cares enough to know. I've thought of solutions, medical alarms, emergency buttons. I have them, I use them. But what if the heart attack is so fast I can't press the button? What if I fall and can't reach it? Then I'd still be there, alone, without anyone knowing. I've thought about asking someone to call me daily, to check if I'm okay. But who? My children who barely call? Friends who have their own lives? I don't want to be a burden. I don't want someone calling me out of obligation. So I live with that fear, constant. Every night when I go to bed, I think, what if I don't wake up? How long before they find me? And every morning when I wake up, I feel relief. One more day. Not yet. But the fear doesn't disappear. It's always there. Because this is the reality of aging alone, of living alone. The freedom I valued so much has a price, and the price is this fear. Fear of dying without dignity, without company, without anyone noticing until it's too late. And there's no real solution, no way to guarantee it won't happen. I can only hope. Hope that when it comes, someone notices soon, that it's not days, that it's not weeks, that someone, even if just one, notices I'm gone and comes and finds me. And even though I'm dead, at least I'm not alone for days, because that's what really terrifies me, not death, the loneliness after it. These are the 5 things, the 5 truths about dying from here, from close. They're not pretty, they're not comforting, they're not what people want to hear, but they're real. They're mine. They're what I've discovered looking at the end straight on. And maybe they'll help you. Maybe they'll prepare you. Maybe they'll give you perspective. Or maybe they'll just scare you. And that's okay too. Because death scares us. It should scare us. But knowing it, talking about it, looking at it without romanticizing it, that takes away some of the terror, some of the mystery, some of the unknown, and makes us more human, more honest, more real. So if you're also close, or if you just want to prepare yourself, or if you're just curious, I want you to know it's okay to think about this. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to not want to fight. It's okay everything you feel about dying, because we're all heading there, all of us, without exception. And the more we talk about it, the less terrifying it becomes. Not easy. It'll never be easy. But maybe, just maybe, a little less lonely, a little less terrifying, a little more human. Thank you for staying until here, for listening to truths about death that nobody else says. If you know an older person facing their own mortality, share this video. Maybe it makes them feel less alone in this. There's another video up there I think will touch you deep too. Go watch it, and let's keep talking while I still can. Take care of yourself, and if you think about death, you're not alone. We all do. Some of us just admit it. And write in the comments before you leave, I think about this too. Not for me, it's for you. It's your truth, your fear, your humanity. See you soon, if there is a next time. And remember, we're all heading to the same place. Talking about it doesn't speed it up. It just makes it less lonely.